What a pleasant surprise to see you. Check it out. Let's go through some Twitter doom scrolling again. We have this Japanese dude posting about Bitcoin. Yesterday's closing price was the second highest in history. Bitcoin, 110,000 American dollars. We are starting to push up, which is beautiful to see because Ethereum is starting to show strength. That's the most amazing part of all this, friends. Ethereum finally, I mean, we've been saying this thousands and thousands and thousands of times, to be honest. Ethereum finally actually starting to move up on its weekly chart, and I can show it to you here. Right now, Ethereum doing these nice dojis and stuff out here. Normally they start for reversals, but for some reason, I just got a bullish feeling up here. We got 3,200 out to clear. So Bitcoin pushing up. But yeah, we're all here for the business cycle to continue up higher and higher, right? Mr. Crypto, I need to turn 50K into 1 million. What do I buy? Very good question. Here is Sir Nathaniel. He wrote pDAI. For 50K to 1 million is a 20x. So I think if pDAI got to 5 cents, 50K would be a million, of course. Also, got to remind you, if pDAI went to 0 for the third time, your 50K becomes 0. Okay, this is pDAI up here. So that would be amazing, man. If you did a 20x, that would be like, yeah, here you go, 5 cents. So the upside is big. Remember, Pulse Chain, everything is still very cheap. Friends, Pulse Chain, PLS, okay, is 500 million market cap. You see this number? Polkadot is 6.6 billion. Polkadot is 12 times more expensive. Litecoin is like 14 times more expensive. ICP is about 7 times more expensive. So everything is just really expensive against Pulse Chain. Everything. Many, many, many things. So hopefully we start to get the repricing up higher as Ethereum cranks. I also want to show you this post, which is from Twitteroonies. Dan Tapiero, friends. He's a nice macro dude, was bullish on Bitcoin a long time, believes it's going, hundreds of trillions of dollars for the whole industry. He's confirming my stablecoin SuperCycle. So what we've got to do is we've got to crank it a bit. Look at him. Ethereum price explosion up now. Retest of 4K coming. Who knows why now? My TradFi hat is on. Tradies see circle at 25 billion market cap. They get bullish on stablecoins. Say stablecoins are all on Ethereum. Buy Ethereum. Yes, it can be that silly. That's how markets work. 800 trillion in assets is sitting in TradFi. So he's posting the Ethereum chart out here. So he's pretty much, man, I'm telling you, stablecoin SuperCycle. There are different proxies to participate in stablecoin SuperCycle. ENA, EtherFi, Chainlink. You could do XRP, you buy Ethereum. All of them participate in them. You can buy MKR, Maker. You could, if you want to participate in the Plasma ICO, but they already raised 500 million. Seems really expensive. My favorite's pDAI. My favorite is literally pDAI. That is my favorite participation for a stablecoin SuperCycle narrative. Because these others, if the upside is low, all you need to be an insider. So you can pick and choose whatever you like. I'm just telling you what I do. Yes, of course, as I mentioned to you before, friends, there are some soy-infused non-believer jeets who get upset about what other people do with their money, such as buy coins they like. Luckily, we are on a decentralized platform called Pulse Chain. Here is its logo. Okay, here's its logo, and no one can actually stop you. And it's on a decentralized exchange, PulseX. No KYC. No one can even stop you. No one can stop you from buying a coin you like and believing. I also showed you earlier, friends, Michael Chad Saylor is still buying Bitcoin, right? So he bought 1,000 BTC. This is obviously going to keep continuing. He's got 560,000 BTC. Hopefully he moves up to, he's got 590,000 probably now, almost. Man, hopefully it's going to move towards that 600,000 mark. He's going to try to corner the supply of the market, but yes, we'll see how that plays out. It's probably going to end up with a lot of leverage. Let's crank it. Here you have Kyle. DeFi Llama's list of people that use them slaps way harder than any crypto project. So that's beautiful. So DeFi Llama, friends, great website. We source a lot of information there. You can see stablecoins are 250 billion in size there as well. These are all like your standard VC. Look at these, just boomers, bro. JP Mosquito, US Department of Treasury, Binance, Bank of England, OKEx, Painlink out here. So these are just, big brand names and things out here, but just tokenization, real world assets. The whole industry is going to keep moving forward. Here we have a post by Mr. Good Texture, not to be confused with Mr. Bad Texture. He says Richard Hart sees quantitative easing beginning again by August and Ethereum potentially making new highs, ? The government money printer starts. I like the vision. Richard Hart. He's waiting for bonds. And I have this real good feeling they'll learn in under 2 months. He thinks QE begins in under 2 months. Well, the business, friends, the economy is quite strong. Jobs are very strong. And QE's money printer, they have literally 4.5% of interest rates to cut first. So they don't just go, hey, let's just go buy the bonds and let's manipulate stuff out here, unless there's an actual bond crisis and people just start liquidating bonds. But the business cycle is strong enough as it is, friends, to take us up. We just got to be patient a bit. Got some posty McPosties here from Trevor. Quoting pretty much SEC, Paulie Boo Atkins. I reported this in Juicy News saying they're working on a policy to exempt DeFi platforms from regulatory barriers. But yeah, I mean, like, does anybody give a shit about what the government thinks? Did we literally had parents abusing their children for pump fund money, like the lowest of low scum on pump fund upstream? Do you honestly think people give a shit about what the government thinks? There were literally people committing crimes. Remember, I told you, friends, on live stream, there were literally people, they had a baby. They literally had like a young, poor toddler, and they were hitting their kid unless people bought the token and give them money. Okay, they did that on stream. They're literally hitting their kid. They go, if you guys don't buy, we're going to keep hitting the kid. Okay, so no one gives a shit about this regulation stuff out here. Retailers move first. People come in and move first. Okay, by the way, when did Bitcoin go up? When the government had no opinion on it, it wasn't legal. That was the best time to buy Bitcoin, when everyone thought it was like illegal and you were going to get capital punishment. Okay, so these are just all fugazi narratives that we tell each other out here, but it's some form of cope. I don't even know what's going on with this Mexico flag stuff. This is not okay. Aura farming heavy. I don't know, friends. I've just seen the Mexican flag. Are they riots? Something out here? Yeah, God bless you, bro. Another distraction. We'll move on. We'll forget about it in a week. I've got a nice reminiscent posty. Ethereum 2017 is the above picture. I was there. Ethereum 2025 is vertical accumulation. Most hated parabola. So I'm guessing we're just hoping we start to do this move. I don't think this is like first cycle unicorn Ethereum. Now we're third cycle. So we've got quite a while to go, man. We got to get above that 3,800. That's the key level, right? The magical key level. Here we have Sergey from Chainlink founder. Very excited about this report from Visa, showcasing how Chainlink is able to solve the 3 biggest problems of next generation smart contracts for institutional transactions, all in one platform. I guess, yeah, bullish on Chainlink. Chainlink is something you can participate. Reward assets, tokenization of stuff, stablecoin, SuperCycle, slingshot leverage on Ethereum, yeah, it's pretty much it. So Chainlink, I think, it's about, yeah, so if it did about a 11x from here, get to about the 100 billion market cap. So maybe it pops off even higher, but that'll be a nice goal. Men will literally face their issues head on and defeat them instead of going to therapy. So this is obviously one of these play on these words about men will literally do this instead of that. Yeah, learn from that. Or you soy boy crybabies. Yeah, there's literally nothing we can do, man. You can either click sell and leave, go buy Johnson & Johnson stocks, or just continue holding longer. Cold. I've been rugged more on seed rounds than pump fund shitters this cycle. This is actually true, and I replied, it's true. I thought about it. I go, oh, crap, man. ICOs, because they're third cycle curse. Yeah, man, but it's no one's fault, friends. It's not like that. When no one knew it was just going to end like that. It's just, what do we do, man? Very, very long time for this business cycle to crank up. Everyone said BTC, hype, barbell, and then everyone laughed, but everyone holding BTC and hype are winning. So, remember, hype, hyperliquid coin. So what I mean by barbell, a barbell is basically where, so what you'll do is you have, let me just draw it here, right? Right, a barbell, friends, is, so you have the barbell right here with the weights on the end, right? So a barbell would be 80% cash, 80% USD, right? Safe earning yield, 80% treasuries, whatever it is they call it. And then 10% will be BTC. And then 10% will be your lottery tickets. So he wrote hype here. So you don't have to write hype. You could write like pDAI. You can write whatever you want, okay? So pretty much it's 10, 80, 10. So the ratios, don't worry about the ratios, but it's a concept. So barbell is in like you're very stable, safe. You have so you have two pockets, right? One pocket is your insurance, that's Bitcoin. The other pocket is a lottery ticket. You pick the lottery ticket. So you obviously, the insurance is like in case everything else goes to shit, you got your BTC, right? And then the other one is your lottery ticket in case everything moons, your lottery ticket slingshots everything up, right? That's what generally a barbell would refer to. But yeah, people play around with them. So most people in crypto, right, they might have 80% Bitcoin, 10% cash, and then 10% lottery ticket, you know? And they're like, oh, if everything succeeds, they got it. But the thing is, you might think, oh, that's an amazing idea. Yeah, but which lottery ticket are you going to pick? Which one? Because everyone's got an idea of what's going to go up. So there's no secret formula, right? No one knows. It comes down to everyone's opinion. Toma, Strolight, Bitcoin Maxi. One thing I've learned from OP_return discussion, Bitcoin Maxi stuff on Twitter is that there's a lot of people who think that if you disagree with them, that makes you an effing moron. So Bitcoin people are still, fighting with each other in terms of like, what do they do with the altcoin data? But right now, obviously the Bitcoin Maxis, there's no reason to touch any of these stuff out here because Bitcoin dominance has been rewarding them for basically adding nothing to Bitcoin. See, Bitcoin dominance has been initially just going up only. So now they're like, hey, let's not touch anything. We're winning. Willy Woo is called for 90% Bitcoin dominance here. So what I think is going to happen is, and then it's going to make them rethink everything about altcoins and what they're going to do on BTC, right? And then we'll see what happens there. Here we have Unconscious Abyss, Palantir Social Credit. This must be like a soy boy CBDC. Fell for it again award. Make America Great. Do not criticize Israel. And then I think there are these security cameras out here. I don't know. I've only heard about Palantir. I don't even know what they do. Palantir. Heard about it from Jeremy Lafufu. Let's check their, I think they had a stock. And their stock here, let's look at it, friends. This is a weekly chart. Oh, wow. The stock has been going wild. 15x, man. Friends, I remember Palantir was literally left for dead at the bottom. It was down 85%. Oh, my gosh. And everyone thought it was over. And then I guess this was just one of the stocks that was able to recover. Wow, man. 19x. That's big. What does Palantir do? So they've been up in the news. So they're a software company specializing in data analytics platforms. They have Palantir Gotham, Palantir Foundry, leveraging data insights, enabling human-driven analysis of real-world data. Interesting. So it's AI, pretty much AI company. Okay, software company, AI, man. Yeah, man, I've been hearing some rumors, something to do with Jeffrey Epstein and a few things that are involved there. I think maybe their CEO, Palantir, was able to get in and be selected. That's sometimes, friends, what's going to come out in the UFO disclosure eventually is the American public, everyone blue-pilled, a lot of blue-pill cucks, they're going to realize that a lot of picking of winners has been done by the government. The government have allowed certain companies with certain tech to be funded because they can control them, and they're given the technology in the future, right? Do you know like Google McDougal, friends? Right, YouTube is part of Google McDougal. Yeah, Google was funded by the Coconut Intelligence Agency. They have an investment tech wing where they own these companies, and they basically they buy the ICOs of everything because they got infinite money, right? They literally just buy everything because they got the money printer. But you can't see the money printer access, but very obvious, yeah. They just buy ICO access to everything, and then like in case one of the unicorns hits, Coconut Intelligence Agency, they're right there. They own it. It was the same thing with Facebook as well. Facebook, they like the technology. Oh, you can track people. Cool tech, right? Let's see how far this grows, right? So it makes you wonder what they're choosing now. ChatGPT. That's why a lot of us believe Elon was chosen, But we'll see. Shout out to my baby doll, Mr. Stoic Coast, who's a very stoic, gentle sir. People talk a lot of poop about Richard Hart tokens being down. Oh, yeah? My 1-inch token stack hasn't fared much better, and I didn't get any working copies of Pulse Chain either. Only down 93%. So, yeah, man, every coin's down this much. Everything is dunked because the business cycle's low. As we get to see, that's 1-inch, right? Everything is down. Everything is down. There's a few cherry-picked stuff, but people are saying that, like, look, they go, oh, Solana's the winner. Okay, but if you go down from here, then all those people holding are going to get wrecked because you're meant to be rotating out. So that's why you get to see, friends. A lot of people just confuse their brains for a bull market and they got lucky in a fluke shop. Right? ETA until moon, pDAI and Kings. So I actually thought this was pDAI stuff out here. I don't know if it actually is Mr. The Mo. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it is pDAI. pDAI. So yeah, shout out to everyone out there. I thought it was pDAI. It looks very, very similar. pDAI. Okay. Is this facts? Ansoy. Diana, I promise you women do not care about your legs. You can skip leg day. Ansoy, is this facts? Girl, as a woman, I can confirm. Blah, blah. Well, okay, dude. Okay, so I'm training for me and I don't skip leg day. Okay. You are in a sewer-infested soy congregation of grifters, LA Vape Cabal toast suckers, and all this other debauchery, which could have topped out, by the way. Okay, bro, the president launched a token on your chain and Sol ETH ratio is still going down. Okay? So I'm not skipping leg day. And if you're going to skip leg day, you let me know so I can block you. I'm not risking anything for this bull market. He's thread guy, part of the LA Vape Cabal. 1K for every baby in the US. I'm not pulling out of poop. So, man, it's just, yeah, it's the same junk, bro. This is what it's kind of funny. Is they do this generic stuff out here, then a grift coin comes. That's the formula, by the way. Okay. No, hey, it's just the formula. Okay. They just talk about generic stuff. You know, it's like the Kim Kardashian stuff. Talk about generic nothingness, no substance. A coin opportunity comes and like, guys, yo, for real, this thing's gonna be great. This thing's gonna be the new best thing. I love new insiders coming in, for real. They all talk like that. And because their audience are also soy-infused LA Vape Cabal, toe-sucking, toe-worshipping bug eaters themselves who believe in nothing, paint their own fingernails and skip leg day, pencil neck noodle arms, the whole shebang, okay? Because they are of this scarcity mindset, I have to, like, you know, pretty much make all decisions assuming I'm going to be dead in 24 hours. Those mindset people, they gravitate towards things like that. Because they when you listen to this stuff, I'm like, bro, who's watching this? Do you honestly believe, bro, you've literally bought the past 7 grift coins every month and they've gone down only. They are selling on you, you little retardio who believes in nothing. You mogged one. That's right, not mogger. You are a mogged one. You have been mogged, okay? And now you think, oh, token number 8 from this guy with freaking pasta hair. This is the one that's going to make me rich. They don't learn, man. They don't learn. I stay inspired because it means there's a lot of just fish swimming around. They're looking for something to believe in. It's a matter of time. Willy Woo. In 2014, Tether was founded solving the banking issue for crypto, while banks denied access. Today, Tether ranks the 5th most profitable above Morgan Stanley and Goldman. Easily 10x more growth ahead of it. The only reason Bitcoin maxis like Willy Woo, he's calling for Bitcoin dominance 90%, by the way, which I am happily to fade. I'll fade that every day of the week, any generation. I don't care if it sends me to 0. I will take the other side of that bet. Okay? After 4 years of up only, you want to tell me Bitcoin dominance going to 90%, right on the cusp of a Bitcoin's meme coin super cycle, stablecoin super cycle, ETH BTC being the lowest it's been in 8 years. You want to tell me Bitcoin? Okay, bro. Okay. All right. I'm happy to take the other side. You know, opinions mean nothing, but they're only talking about Tether in a nice light because Tether buys BTC with the yield of their treasuries. Yeah. Tether is CBDC trash. They have a blacklist function. All their lunch is going to eat up, but we'll see. Okay. So don't think we love Tether. No, you don't, bro. Okay. You love money. You literally love money. So what's going to happen when that gets rugged from you? We'll see. We'll see them turn. But this is the game, friends. Okay. Opinions mean nothing. Yeah. We've been here every step of the way. We are still going to make it. Still holding long, holding strong. Catch you soon.